Make sure we live. Let's make sure we live. Let's make sure. All right, y'all. We live, fam. We live, fam. We live, fam. Hey, hey, that boy Carmelo Anthony is cooked, y'all. He's cooked. You know, that boy cooked, man. Listen, let me tell y'all something real fast, man. Y'all make sure y'all get up in here. Y'all make sure y'all tap that like button, and y'all make sure y'all get your boy up to 100 likes right now. You know what I'm saying? Tap that like button, man. Do me that favor. Get your boy in the algorithm, man. Hey, Carmelo Anthony Cook, man, for stabbing Austin Metcalf. School stabbing under the tent. If you look at it, bro, we can be wherever we want to be. Metcalf came over. He didn't push Carmelo Anthony to the floor. It wasn't a hard push when he pushed this black guy to the floor. It was something like, you need to get from over here, letting them know, hey, tighten up. This our home. But it's not your house. You don't lay your head there. You know what I'm saying? That's where he was wrong at. Metcalf shouldn't have never, ever approached somebody else, telling somebody else where they can't be at, and this is a free country. You know. Now, y'all already know that they got Chinese and white people, you know, inside that courtroom talking about Mr. Carmelo Anthony, man. They got white and Chinese people. They don't got no people. They don't got his sisters and his brothers there. His kind. Nah, they got no other kind there. You know what I'm saying? But from the way I see it, if a guy come and push me, if I don't fall to the floor, if it wasn't a hard shove, why in the hell am I gonna pull out that fire? Why in the hell am I gonna jab him? And another thing that they saying too, y'all, they saying that the weapon that Carmelo Anthony had in his book bag was under 5 inches long. It was already ready to go, pointed out. It wasn't in a cover. Let me ask you something. Why wasn't it inside of a cover? Why was it already out? Like I told y'all yesterday, did Carmelo Anthony go over there to that tent with all of them people at just to start some shit? Another thing I want to know too, why in the hell was he even over there? Where is his teammates at? Why was he wasn't with the people that he came with, his school? Why was he over there? They gonna look at that too. They seen this tape. They see it in 4K HD. They cleared it up. But we can't even say that if it's the real tape, if they edited it, or we don't know if it's the official tape when they just cleared it up. We can't really speak on that. We don't know why they're not showing this, what I'm saying, trial inside of the courtroom. Do y'all think that they trying to cover up something? Y'all let me know in the comment section. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to figure out why the hell he wasn't with his people, why he was over there, what I'm saying, wandering around. That's exactly what Carmelo Anthony was doing, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Carmelo Anthony was roaming around, and I believe that that black young guy was looking for something to get into. It maybe have not been a stabbing that he was looking to get into, but he probably was there looking to get into some trouble, because after the stabbing, after he had then, what I'm saying, hit Metcalf, he's saying that he feared for his life because he thought that they was gonna, do him dirty, do him bad. If they wanted to do him dirty, do him bad, when he jabbed Metcalf, they would have got him right then, bro. They would have got him right then. It was enough for them to get him to stop him. He run. An adult say, him right there, he did it. You know what I'm saying? Security guard get him. You know what I'm saying? Body cam on. Security guard get him, pick him up. You know, uh, not even knowing what really happened, not even knowing if that's the the person who really did this tragic incident that happened to this white boy. Now I believe what the white boy was doing was looking out, bro. They probably had their stuff over there. You know what I'm saying? They probably had their bags and stuff over there, bro. If Carmelo Anthony had a book bag on, I'm pretty sure that Austin Metcalf and his brother and all of the other people that was over there had some a bag or something with them, some personal belongings with them. And they see this guy come up, you know what I'm saying, who they never seen before at their school, and they stuff probably over there, and they like, bro, you can't be over here. Now I'm starting to really see this story. They like, bro, you can't be over here. Like, we ain't seen you before, like, because you probably trying to steal my shit, bro. And you will feel the same way. You will feel the same exact way, bro. So, you know, uh his ego, you know, Carmelo Anthony ego, you know, went above, 10,000. And he was like, he ain't taking no disrespect. And by him feeling it and saying to himself that he ain't gonna take no disrespect, he did what he had to do. That's not what he had to do, bro. He wanted to do some evil, Knievel shit that day. He wanted to be a bad motherfucker that day. Then for him to run, thinking that he gonna get away with it, you know. I told y'all yesterday, we don't even know if this boy intentions was good or not. Even though he got a diploma and graduated and was in a track meet and possibly was gonna play football. Now, if they saying he was gonna play football and all this and that, he should have been fit. If he ain't look like it, he should have been strong up under that shirt and stuff, y'all. You know, I told y'all, man, yesterday too, that both of these dudes was on their way to college. You know, when you are grown up, working or a kid in school, bro, mind your own damn business. Stay in your own place. You mind your business by not going fucking with nobody else, and you stay in your place by not going to nobody else's space. Or some shit like this can go down, bro. Why the fuck did this nigga have this knife, this object already out? Wasn't y'all can say that it was concealed because it was in a book bag. I'm gonna say it wasn't concealed because it was already pointed out. He just had to pull it out of his book bag. Because if I go by, or if it was able to be folded, it would have been folded. Now, if I was to go buy, an object out of the store and it stuck straight up and I couldn't cover it up, I ain't gonna buy it because they're not gonna sell nothing in the store, a sharp object like that you can't put, what I'm saying, nothing to cover it up with. So I mean, even me now as a grown man, I'm not even finna go and have no sharp object. Let me show you, bro. Let me show you. Let me show you, bro. My book bag, bro. My book bag, right here. Listen, listen. I'm not finna go and have no sharp object in my book bag without it being covered up, bro. If I go stick my fucking hand inside of it and poke my hand and bro. So I feel like, what I'm saying, real deal Holyfield shit, bro, to keep it 100 with y'all, bro. I feel like, what I'm saying, Carmelo Anthony knew what he was going to do. He didn't know who he was going to do it to. Because, like I said, he was roaming around. So if he was roaming around and he got caught doing whatever he was probably finna do, he was gonna react the way that he reacted to whoever it was, bro. That's just how I feel about the whole thing now, bro. The nigga evil. The nigga evil, bro. He ain't no good, bro. You know what I'm saying? He wanna be a killer. So he gotta go where the killers belong. He gotta go where the wolves and the hyenas, you know what I'm saying, and the tigers and the lions, and the snakes. He gotta go where all of them and the rats, you know what I'm saying? He gotta go where they belong. Because when he did the shit, he ain't give a fuck. Like he's like, yeah, we got the guy that who alleged did it. That's what the officers run that in, called that in the security. We got the guy who alleged did it. He said, "Oh, you know, alleged I did it." Listen, Carmelo Anthony didn't start crying like a bitch, bro. He didn't start crying like a little hoe until people around him say, "What if, Austin Metcalf die? Oh, he gonna live. He ain't gonna die. What if he don't make it?" Then he started crying like a pussy. Yeah, you should have thought about that before you reached inside your bag, pulled that bitch out, and you had plenty of time to think about it. Plenty of time. Yeah. Listen, he fried like a fish fry. You know what I'm saying? In some deep fried grease. He's done. He's done. I told y'all these little niggas don't know what the fuck self-defense mean if they not getting their ass beat. He should have been on the, he should have got pushed hard enough to be on the floor. He should have been softer than what he was, but he was trying to play hard. So he should have let that little push him right to the floor. If he wanted to do what he did, his bitch ass, yes, I'm saying it, bro, his bitch ass, because for one, Metcalf ain't had no weapon. You know what I'm saying? And for two, it wasn't even nothing but you got to get from around here. Like letting them know, like, you can't be around our shit if they shit was there. So yeah, he should have let that little push him to the floor. He should have. So it's his fault. He don't give a damn. He I wonder what he gonna say when he come up and have to tell his testimony. When he got to come in and tell how he feel. What he gonna say? Cause do y'all think it's gonna be good enough? Listen, listen. Cause I know y'all judging me. I know I know a lot of y'all judging me because y'all like, how the fuck is this black guy gonna talk bad about the next black guy? No, no, because you got to think about it. What if Austin Metcalf was your child, your son, your daughter, your niece, your nephew, and he just walked up to another black guy? You know what I'm saying? Say both of them black. He just walked up to another black guy and did the same fucking thing. We talking about your niece, your nephew, your child, your little cousin. Yeah, we talking. Yeah, they did the same thing that Metcalf did, and the same thing that happened to Metcalf happened to them. Would y'all be saying free? Huh? Would y'all be saying, you know, self defense? You know? Would y'all be saying, you know, he's innocent? I'ma say he's guilty, you know. He ain't give a damn. And I wonder what he gonna say and how he gonna feel me. The only reason he gonna get up there on that stand and cry, the only reason, you know what I'm saying, Anthony gonna get his ass up on that stand and cry is because he want people to feel sorry for him so he can go home. But no, that's not the case. Them people gonna stand strong and believe in what they believe in and see it how they see it. You know? Why would a college kid have a fucking weapon at school? You there to learn, not to not to terrorize, not to hurt people, not to you know do fucked up shit. You ain't there for that. You don't go to work for that. You know, we don't live for that. We live for a purpose. We live to do better and to better ourselves and to help better other people. That's why we here. That's that's why we're on earth, bro. That's why. You know. So why did this young nigga have a knife at school, bro? Was he always rolling around like that at school? Cause a little push can't turn into a killing, you know. Y'all won't be saying, you know what I'm saying, free this nigga Anthony, Carmelo Anthony, if he would have did that shit to y'all people. Y'all won't be saying that shit at all. You know why? Because y'all would have been like, man, he was wrong, man. He shouldn't have did that, man. Because any killing is wrong if it's not real deal self-defense. You can't just say self-defense and hope that the people look at it as self-defense. No, bro. You got a real deal feel like you was about to die. And a push ain't about to die. Now, if you on the flow, you know what I'm saying? It's a possibility you can, you know what I'm saying, die because you can get your hit the concrete. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, his life wasn't in danger, bro. It wasn't no self-defense, bro. They was coming up to him trying to get him to get off, bro. I don't think none of them kids that was gonna jump him, bro. I believe if they wanted to jump him, bro, they would have jumped him, bro, when they jabbed his homeboy or before, or before he jabbed their homeboy. You know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna keep it 1 million with y'all, bro. I'm gonna keep it as real as I can be with y'all, bro. You know, this nigga finna go and serve time for the crime that he did. Y'all can't be no fools like that. No matter if you're on that drink, no matter if you're on a narcotics, y'all can't be going doing no shit like that, bro. Y'all gonna have to think of the fucking consequences, bro. There's always consequences to your badass actions if you got bad actions. You know, it all started at home when you're a little one. You gotta listen to your parents. You know, for y'all hard head ones when y'all were little and shit like that, not listening. Oh, that's y'all. Y'all let y'all friends run y'all. You know why? Because when y'all get in trouble at home, first thing y'all do is run to y'all motherfucking friend house. Like that's some protection. No, that's trouble. It's trouble. Because another way too, I feel like if all of them friends wouldn't have approached Anthony, you know, I believe that Metcalf would still probably be living today. Why? Because Anthony wouldn't have feared for his life with so many people approaching him, telling him he gotta leave. He ain't know what was gonna happen. But why do I got this knife at school? Why I ain't just take the ass beating? See, he had some beef somewhere. It just wasn't right there. But it ended up being right there. And he ended up putting himself in some deep ass shit that seemed like it's gonna be hard, very, very difficult to get himself out of. You know what I'm saying? We can't be going doing no shit like this, bro. No matter who piss us off, no matter what they say to us. I say we can't go do no shit like this to nobody, no matter what they say to us or what they do to us. As long as we are not in fear for our life when we do something to whoever we do something to, when we do something to. Y'all better learn, bro. Y'all better take notes, bro. And obviously, there's a lot of people who don't really give a fuck because they still doing the same dumbass shit. You know, after that incident, you still got kids still doing the same shit that was happening before this incident. You know how? Because they parents leaving these weapons and giving them the password and they going getting it and taking it to school and doing some fucked up shit and just hospitalizing multiple people. Yeah. It's a lot of them white boys that's doing that. But ain't no way in hell that Anthony could have felt like, hey, Metcalf was on some shit like that because Metcalf ain't even have a bag on him. If Metcalf would have had a bag on him, they would have said that shit. Metcalf had a bag on. They're telling us, we can't see it in court, but they actually telling us what's going on. But shit, why we can't see what's going on in court, y'all? Why we can't actually see it with our eyes, man? You know what I'm saying? Why? Talk to me in the comment section, man. You know, they get justice for Metcalf, but they don't get justice for the store owner who whacked the 14-year-old who had his back turned, a black kid who was running away, but still and yet they want to give, you know, justice to somebody who approached somebody else and actually put their hands on them, bro. What kind of world is we living in? You know, y'all can already tell that this shit is coming to an end, bro. You know, slowly but surely, slowly but surely. You know, that's why so many people keep passing away. They're passing away and doing dumb shit, getting themselves locked up forever. You know, when them people get locked up forever, that's like them passing away. Cause even though I could talk to you and come and see you sometimes, I'm gonna get tired of putting all the miles on my car and spending all that unnecessary time coming to see you. You know what I'm saying? That's how somebody gonna feel. So it's like, you know, once you go to prison for 25, 30 years, forever, you practically almost forgot about it. And then when you go and do them 25, 30 years, you come home and you ain't the same no more. Cause you got that same jail mentality, cause that's your home. You don't want that to be your home. You want where you at right now. If you free, going wherever you want to go, doing what you want to do, eat what you want to eat, see who you want to see, and see different people every day. You want that to be your home, not the prison cell, not the jail cell, not running to the goddamn police every other day, every other month. As soon as you get out, you back in jail 2 months, a week later. If I didn't kept it real enough with y'all, you know what I'm saying? Y'all make sure y'all tap that like button, man. It's your boy Tony Black, voice of the block. Y'all heard what I said, and I said what I said, bro. And I'm out this thing, man. Peace.